This is a look at using Openshot to make some transitions for Gimp animation. First of all, look at the Openshot preferences. The default length for a single image is 5 seconds. You can change that if you want to, up to you, maybe 3 seconds. But we can adjust it a little bit later anyway. The next thing is a profile. Any number of profiles, all of them for video. None of them any use for a Gimp animation, which is typically small. So in Openshot makes its own profile, and in the profile there's another one called profiles. And we can make just a text file like this. This is actually in the Openshot documents if you search for it. But there's a description. Frame rate is in milliseconds, so that's 10 frames a second, 10,000. Frame rate, width and height. Well, you need to set the width and height to suit your own individual animation. This last bit is the DAR, the display aspect ratio. I'm not sure what that should be. 10 seems to work. It's mainly used in DVDs, not in animations. But you need to save that as a text file into your Openshot Qt profile. I've got one image already in there. I'm going to first of all set a profile, and if you hunt around you'll find that it's been added. You can see there 200 by 200 FPS, nearly 10, and this bit DAR 10 to 10. Close that, set it first. Now I'll go and import a second image, and I can click these down into the timelines as they're displayed in Openshot. A bit on the small side. We can zoom in a bit, like this. And I can change the duration just by clicking and dragging. Overlap them a bit. It's up to you to experiment, find your best overlaps. But once we've got that, we can go and have a look at transitions. And there's any number of transitions. All sorts for use. I should say that in video circles, transitions aren't really used very much. Go and have a look at any television program and see how many transitions you can spot. It's usually straight in and out. Anyway, we can adjust the transition. Same thing, length of the transition. And with this slider we can scroll through, see what it looks like. Invariably I've found we need to right click and reverse the transition. Now check it and it looks like that, and that looks better. It goes from A to B quite nicely. So once I'm satisfied with that, I can go and export it as a video, give it a folder. I'm using a RAM disk here, a temporary folder. Give it a name. And important, in the advanced section, click on this one, export to an image sequence. So I can start at frame. I might change this, I don't really want the first few frames. Maybe 5, maybe an end frame 35. That'll give transition of 30 frames in Gimp. Export that, and it literally does take a second. And there they are in my temporary folder, and I've got one if I can display the first one. Display the last one. I'm going from A to B. Oh, very nice. close my image viewer down. And in Gimp, so the Gimp 2.10.22, can go and open this range of images, open as layers, and they open as layers like that. And I can go and play the animation. And it's very nice. 31 frames. It's a bit on the long side, but it's a nice transition. So that's Openshot. Close it down. And we're going to have a look at mathmap. Got two images, A and B. I can go to generic, open mathmap. Extra animation. There's not as many there. I'll choose one. And it works like this. User values. You might have sliders or not. You need to choose the other end of it. And these parameters, one here, there might be none, there might be many. You can set it. Now I'll go to the animation toggle, click on that, set a number of frames. I might want to say 15. Then I can check what it looks like with that parameter T. Time goes from start to finish. Happy with it? OK, that. And I get my range of images. I've still got my in B at the bottom, and this one is going to screw things up. So I'm going to do a shift click and raise it up to the top with this upward pointing arrow. Shift click brings it up to the top. So now we can check it as an animation, playback. And that's very nice animated transition.